Hello, good morning, Banakkam, and big Sastriyakal to all of my friends across Starcraft community in India. This is the big surprise you've been all waiting for. And my dear friends, this has been a labor of love, and this is something which I happen to create with all your help, with all of you sending in your Battle.net IDs. And if you actually type the address which is going to be in the video below you, in the links below you, you will see that we actually go to the StarCraft 2 official rankings for Indian players everywhere. This is the first automated system. It's powered by SC2 ranks. It's automated. It runs on your current games. There's no human intervention. It all runs automated. And I couldn't have done this without actually one of my best friends who's sitting across. And I'd like to bring in the new improved Iron Die.
Hey, it's good to be here again with you, Akshat. And looking at this link and looking at this web page that I have opened in front of me, this is an amazing, amazing job you have done for the community. And I could just see the love that you have for the community. You really put your heart into this. This is not an easy job to do. And I'm really proud of you. And wow, I'm ranked number 4.
Well, you are, and that's something very interesting because this is across the US, it's across the EU, it's across SEA, and basically takes all the players from across India, wherever they're playing, whichever servers they're playing. And this is just one comprehensive ranking system. Now, I have to put in a caveat. There are people out there, people like Akshar, people like Draconian Man, who have multiple IDs across multiple servers. So what we've done here is we've taken your higher ranked ID. If you actually ever want to go ahead and have your lower ranked ID here and want to get this replaced, just drop a mail to all of us and into SC2 in Facebook, and we'd be happy to replace that. But more than that, Gautam, why don't you go ahead and tell us what's really going on here? How would you use this? What would you do with this? You're a very high ranked player. What do you think about this?
Okay, if you just follow my simple direction here, I'm just gonna use our ranked 1 player, Blah, that's it, Nachikate. And we can actually go and click on his character name. You can get into his profile. And if this system is well organized, we can actually see his last 10 replays. These are the last 10 replays that you actually upload on any of these websites called SC2 Replay or drop.sc. Any replays uploaded to that would automatically show up on this. So that is always good after the tournament or anything before that you want to upload a replay. Very good place to put them. They'll automatically show up here and you can share it with the world. You can have more details on the person himself, like Blah here at the moment. He's sitting at rank, let's see what, it's on the world rank 1098, and then the region rank. This is again just for the diamond. This does not include masters and everything. That would be a completely different point. In diamond, he's sitting in his region, that is America, at 442. You can see his graph. You can actually click on every month instead of just the August, or you can actually go to any month you want. You can click on every month and you can get his review from the beginning of the game and how his life cycle has been in this game. Other than this, you actually also have, this is very important and I can't stress this enough, there is a button called View Map and History. You click on this button and trust me, you're getting gold. You're getting gold for yourself. You're getting gold against the person. Imagine me, I'm playing Blah, okay? This tells me what is Blah's favorite map to win on, or what is Blah's map that he loses on the most. I can use this as my advantage. If I lose the first match, okay, second match, I get to pick the map. I'll pick the map that he's losing the most in. I'll just go through, okay, he's lost most in this, I'm picking this. Automatically, I'm getting a certain, that little edge, and all these little edge matter. I'm just giving you an example. This is one big example. There's many things you can do with this. You can see maps that he doesn't have any experience in. You look for a map that he has played the least. You look for a map that has 0 on it.
So give us an example in this. What would you really go ahead and try and do? So let's say you're playing Blah, and which is his favorite map?
Okay, so now looking at this, we can see now these are, the thing is the season has just reset. So these numbers aren't the best right now, but I'm saying in a month or so, these numbers would be showing some solid explanation of this particular person.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, just working with what we have, he has he played most of the game on Zelnaga Caverns. We can assume that he has a lot of experience on this particular map. He has probably a build order on this map that he follows and everything. And you can even see he has lost 6 games, won 6 games. It just gives you slight his confidence level on Zelnaga.
But if we compare it to his, say, MLG Metalopolis, you see that he's playing 16 games, he's had 9 wins and only 2 losses. So that would mean that he's really strong on that map, right?
Exactly, exactly. It just gives. The thing is, for me as a player, when I have a map that I really like, it automatically gives me a more boost. I'm thinking, you know what, it's my favorite map. I know where the points are, where do I have to attack from, which place I can hide my units, where I can do Nidus as a Zerg player. This makes a big difference. This is just my suggestion, and now you can go through this list again. You can look for the maps that he has not played on, or like for example, Temple of Preservers. It's a Blizzard map. I have not even heard of this map. This Blizzard. He has only 1 game on it, and he's lost. You can actually go and practice this map, and gain that edge over him in this map. You can just say like, okay, he has never played on this. Who's gonna go on practice and be like, dude, I want to practice on Temple of Preservers?
Well, what about a simple map like MLG Tal'Dorei Malta? There's 2 games there. He's lost both his games, and I would consider him that to be one of his weaker sections, right?
Anyways, that's the point of this. That is the point of this. As a player, for example, if I'm looking at my own stats, this can tell me where my weaknesses are, and for a person who's facing him, you can tell where the other person's weakness is. Okay, but you can sit here and try to figure this out.
Interesting. If we actually go back to our front page and where our main rankings are, one of the nice things which I wanted to go ahead and say is there's a very nice spread which we see across our diamond players, then our platinum players, then our gold players, and then our silvers, and then our bronze players. So one of the things I wanted to go ahead and do as a thank you to the community is we are now officially announcing every either quarter or every half year prizes for the person who's topping the leagues in this ranking system in India. So as of right now, if the season was to end today, Bla would win the diamonds, the Templar would win the platinums, I would win gold, so there you go. Veda would win silver, and Chestnut CC would win bronze. But we'd also want to go ahead and talk about the most improved player. So this is supposing someone like an Emnu who's a silver gets to a platinum. That would be a phenomenal jump for him. And for the most improved player, there's a prize. So there's a literal cash and kind prize for every single person there. So you're assured of 5 plus 1, 6 prizes every quarter or every half year. And these prizes would be brought to you in conjunction with some sponsors, but they'd be phenomenal. They'd not be like, oh, here's a little chocolate or something. Like, we'd really like to go ahead and get something back to the community for doing this. And guys, this is automated. It's all automated. It's all online. And our third caster, Rager Cage, has not been able to join us today because this is late night, but he is actually working on one of the best community websites for Starcraft 2 in India. And this ranking system, which will update every week, will actually get on that website so that you can track it, measure it every time. So, Gotham, or let's go ahead and start calling you with your new and improved name, Arundai.
Yes.
How do you think this is going to be relevant as far as, say, tournaments go in India?
Well, you can really use this to have a proper setup where we don't have all the top players in the same league killing each other and just ruining the whole setup, as in like who's going to get to the finals. You can pick the seeds from the top 4 people who would be seeded into 4 different groups, and then we can make things a lot more interesting. We can also use this to actually motivate a lot of lower level players to start playing the game. As you can see this, I know season has just started, but some people have a lot of not too many games played.
Hmm.
So we can have them. This can motivate them to play more games, try to climb up on rankings. They'll have their own tournaments. They can get better at this game, and overall, they can bring a lot of joy to this community. As
That's
I think.
that's a very good point, an excellent point. Engaging with the community is one of the best parts, and maybe tomorrow's players who are diamond can start going and training people who are gold. Platinums can start training silvers. Golds can start training bronze. So to go ahead and go gain levels and have a mentorship program in this.
That's an excellent thing to do. This is perfect because now people in the group will know who actually is on diamond, who would probably give them a better advice of the solution the problem they're in,
Hmm.
and they can really like look up to people, be like, yes, this guy blah is Nachiket, and he is the best person in the group to talk to right now. If you're a Zerg player,
Hmm.
even hell, I'm on rank 4. I go to Nachiket when I'm in trouble. He's an excellent guy to talk to. And
Well, since we're talking about people, so we have. Why don't you go ahead and do an intro for the top 10 players or the top 5 players, and just take us through who they are in real life?
I will go through as much as I know. We have Blau number 1. He's a Zerg player.
Hmm.
He is currently again sitting on the top right now. His name is Nachiket. You can easily find him, and he's an active member of our Facebook group. You can find him online. He's always there. He's really nice guy helping people. On number 2, we have XR. His name is Naveen. XR is his last name, I believe, if I'm not wrong. He is one of the youngest members of Starcraft community, and he has really fought his way to number 2, this rank number 2, and I really have to give him. That's all I gotta say. This guy really worked hard for this spot, and I'm proud of this guy. Even though he's playing the most OP race in the game, but I'm proud of him. I have seen this guy when he was sitting on low platinum, okay? And I've seen him come online on StarCraft every day, and he's laddering. And this is my suggestion to everyone: to just ladder. Ladder is the only way you can improve at this game. This guy is sitting on number 2 simply because of ladder.
Phenomenal, phenomenal input. Who's Raziel?
Raziel is actually a Warcraft 3 pro who's I don't know if he switched full time to StarCraft, but we do see him in tournaments. That's Nikunj Bansal. Again, sorry if I'm getting someone's last names wrong because I'm not having this list properly. I'm sure you have the list ready and you can post it
Hmm.
up on the StarCraft group.
Hmm.
And he is again playing the OP race. So I don't have much to say because 10
Well,
is just OP.
well. How about this? Arundai and Blar giving Jadu ki Jappi to Akshar and Raziel, and you have your little Zergling surrounding the two Terrans. So it's all good. You've got a nice bracket going. And my dear friend Arundai is actually just changed his name for something which was a problem for a lot of sponsors, and this is his new name, Arundai. And he is one of the cooler players to do. He's a bucket of laughs and a really solid macro style Zerg player. He's been improving steadily all over. He now actually is a very good friend of mine, and his name's Gotham, and he's your co-caster today. And finally, after them, we have our first Protoss on the list, and this is a guy called Shapey. Shapey actually has another account that he used to go ahead and play with, but this is the higher account. And so, do you know? Do you want to talk to everyone about who Shapey is?
Just give me one second. Guys, you have to realize that we're actually removing multiple accounts.
Hmm.
And I know you've stressed upon this before. We don't want people to have 3, 4 accounts. We're just taking the best ones you guys have. If you choose to have your lower end account on this, and we'll put that on, but we'll have to remove. We can't have multiple accounts all over this.
I understand. So you really don't want someone to be rank 2 and rank 5 together, right? Because it's about the people here and not really about the accounts.
Yes, that's true. That's the whole point of it. Shapey his name is Raul Mukherjee.
Hmm.
I don't know much about him, but he is the Protoss player sitting, the highest Protoss player. So thumbs up to him.
Hmm.
Doing a good job for the community. I would like to see him play more games than six. And
But interestingly enough, he's beaten the first ever Indian Master League person by the name of Pile Driver, who actually is now back to Diamond. But I heard that he actually made it to Master League. And what's Pile Driver's real name and what does he do?
Faldar is actually in US right now. He's studying for his MBA, I believe. And his real name is Bala Subramaniam. Last name is Ganpati. And he's actually a really good friend of mine, an online friend. We've practiced a lot of ZVP with him. He is my go-to guy. Because of him, I think I'm really comfortable playing against Protoss, and the reason why he's actually sitting on number six is because he's concentrating on studies right now. He hasn't played a lot of games, and I really wish he would give more attention to StarCraft right about now. But I know school comes first. So Pile Driver, he was the ranked number one player. Now he's sitting at number seven again. Sorry, number six again. This is it, man. This is the beat zone right here. People are fighting for the higher spots, and I would love to see a lot more competition here and a lot more games, a
I,
lot more wins.
I agree, I agree. And this changes. Pile Driver was the number one player in India till about 2 months ago. This has been changing constantly. You also have people who are uh, wrapping up and moving forwards, and life changes. But I do want to go ahead and wrap this up and say, guys, go play, do well, meet us online. You guys have been a blast. Talk to each other. There's this huge community which we have right now, and we will really want to make it a better community. Let's get some Master League people. Our highest ranked person right now is Blah, who's number 800 in the world. So let's get into the top 1,000 in the world, and let's go do this. And we all improve. I'm a gold. I'd like to get into platinum. Use this. This is our first thing. It's all automated. We're going to do weekly updates to talk about how the movements are in the top 10, in the top 20. And thanks so much for going and listening to this cast. Thank you, my dear friend Gautam. And I think it's time to say good night and sayonara.